Peace, love, and blessings to the family, to the divine family, to the black family, to all humanity. Welcome to my channel. But I'm here to address a specific question, and that question is, what happens after we die? And then the second half of that question is, does God judge us? Now, me personally, I was raised in the church, and in the church we was taught that after you physically die, you go to heaven or you go to hell. So as I matured and as this question lingers around the world, around people, and I talk to a lot of people, and I can understand because I once believed that, but if you go to 1 Thessalonians in the Bible, it says, prove all things, and that's why I'm having a lot of trouble at, because there's no proof. Now, the Bible said Jesus died, and then he was resurrected from the dead. So does that really mean that he died and 3 days later physically, and then he got up out of the grave? So imagine how he looked, like, it's insects and all of that. Like, if you go to a grave right now where people have been dead for a while, think about it. The insects and everything eat the flesh. That's what it means by God wastes nothing. So you come from the earth, so you go right back in the earth. But we were taught that in the church, that Jesus rose from the dead, like he was in the grave and then he got up out the grave. Now, we as people born on this planet have never seen that with our eyes. Well, me personally, I never seen it with my eyes. And if you seen it with your eyes, please in the comment let me know. I want to talk to you. I want to Zoom. I want FaceTime with you. If you seen a dead person who's been dead in the grave, buried 6 feet under, and then came back alive, I want to meet you. Now, what we're taught by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is that heaven and hell are two conditions of your life as you live them on the planet, beloved. Not places you go, but conditions of life. Like Brother Norby said, when you ain't got no money, you say you broke as hell. You know what I'm saying? So that's a condition. In heaven is when you are obedient to God and you follow his commandments and statutes, and you live by the scripture that says, seek ye the kingdom first in all of its righteousness, and then all of these things will be added to you. That's heaven. When you financially stable, when you mentally stable, you got peace of mind and contentment. You're not worried. You enjoying peace. You know what I mean? You healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because you eat the right foods. See, these are conditions, that's signs of heaven. These are conditions of your life, not places you go. Because if there's a place you go, there should be somebody who can come back from that place and tell you how that place is. So somebody's lying. And then I don't care what church you're in, I don't care what religion you believe in, we all will say with confidence, the devil is a liar. So somebody's lying. And both Bible and the book of scripture of the Muslims, the Holy Quran, talks about Satan, talks about this devil who's trying to steal. So, heaven and hell, are these two places you go after you physically die? Or is it conditions of life taught to us by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Now, this is something you got to wrestle with. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already convinced. if the Bible said prove all things, and I don't have no proof, I'm not going with it. So you in the valley of decision. You know what I mean? Me, I made up my mind already. I'm going with the gods. You know what I'm saying? Especially after the most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that every time you look at a black man and woman, you're looking at God, beloved. So let's get on that second thing. You know what I mean? I don't mean to like ruffle no feathers or nothing. But let's get on that second question. Does God judge us? Now, think about court. I don't know if you've been to court or not, but me, as a youngster coming up, I was in and out of court. And there's always a judge up there with a robe on, telling and want to hear what you was charged with. You know what I'm saying? And based on what you was charged with, he renders a decision, right? So you saying once you physically died, you go to court. That's called like Heaven's Gate, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And then God either lets you into heaven or he sentences you to hell. This is what we taught to believe coming up. Well, this is what I was taught to believe. So, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that God is judging your actions while you live, not after you physically die. I want you to think about that. God is judging your actions as you live. Are you obeying what God is telling you to obey? Or are you obeying what Satan is telling you to obey? Now, if you go into the scripture, I'm talking about right from the door. Right from the door, the story of Adam and Eve, right? So, God gave Adam and Eve a command. Don't do this. So God leaves, and then here comes Satan, the serpent, and said, do that. So me and my babies got a saying. We say, look, everything God say don't do, the devil say do. Get it? Do. Because it's crap. That's why we say do. Because how are you obeying Satan but not obeying God, the creator of all that exists, the originator? See? So God is judging that way. Now, disobedience to God leads to a short life, and a short, miserable life at that. So God said he's going to give you life and give it to you abundantly. Meaning you're going to have the best that life has to offer if you follow God. But if you follow Satan, that can be detrimental to your life and the life of others and the life of your family and the life of your children. So does God judge us? Huh? What happens after you die? You go back into the ground from whence you came, and the insects live off your remains. Just like we do here on earth. We kill chickens, we eat them. You know? We kill lamb, we eat them. Cow, we eat them. So does the body goes back in the ground, and the insects of the ground eats the remains to stay alive. So does God judge us? Oh yeah, you being judged, beloved, as we speak. The judge of all judges, whose proper name is Allah. May peace be upon all those who believe and follow his statutes and commandments. We are the righteous, beloved. So our duty and our nature is to respect, obey, and worship the one true God. So I hope that answered your questions on those topics. And if you got value from this video, please subscribe and like. There's people that needs the answer to these questions, beloved. So help me, help you, and help others. Because we got to make sure this world gets back on track. And the only way it gets back on track if we serve and obey and follow and worship the one true God, whose proper name is Allah. So until next video, peace.